She was excited, thinking it was just for fun. Every Saturday morning we'd drive to the class and she'd practice ordering food or asking for directions. Of course, my parents caught wind of it and made their opinions known. They laughed about how impractical it was to learn Italian when no one around here spoke it. My mom suggested she should focus on useful skills instead. Ryan didn't miss his chance to throw in his own comment about how hobbies were nice but skills that pay were better. I didn't argue, I just let them talk while Sophie kept practicing. She had no idea there was more to it. To her, the Italian lessons were just another one of my random ideas, like when we tried baking bread for a month or planted a vegetable garden. I started making changes at home to save faster. I sold a dining set that was too big for our space and replaced it with a small secondhand table. I canceled subscriptions we didn't really use. I put off replacing the washer that rattled like a freight train. On weekends, I picked up extra shifts when Sophie was at a friend's house or with her aunt. Speaking of her aunt, my late husband's sister, she became my quiet ally. When I told her about the plan, she didn't hesitate to offer help. She had travel backpacks we could borrow, a good camera we could use, and tips for packing light. Every time we met up, she'd slip me something useful. A guidebook, a phrase book, a portable charger. She never said a word about it to anyone else. By the start of spring, I realized I was ahead of schedule. I had set my goal for early summer, but by March, I had enough to cover everything. It felt strange to have the money sitting there, ready, after months of counting every penny. I didn't waste any time. I booked the flights, paid the program fees, and found a small apartment in Florence near the art school. It wasn't fancy, 2 rooms, a little balcony, and a kitchenette, but it was perfect for what we needed. I printed out the confirmation emails and tucked them into a folder I kept hidden in my desk. With everything locked in, I started thinking about how to finally tell Sophie. I wanted it to be something she'd remember just as much as the trip itself. I started collecting small things for her. An Italian flag patch, a little watercolor set, a map of Florence, things I could put together for the reveal. In the meantime, the weeks kept moving, and I had to act like nothing was different. Sophie kept going to Italian class, learning new words and sketching in her notebooks. Ryan's family had their usual busy schedule, sports games, trips, school events, with my parents cheering from the sidelines. No one had the slightest idea what I was planning. By the time the last payment went through, the reality hit me. Everything was in place. All I had to do now was wait for the right moment to let Sophie in on the secret. I imagined her reaction, but I didn't let myself dwell on it too much. I wanted the day to come without me giving anything away. I kept thinking about how in a few short months, we'd be walking down cobblestone streets, eating gelato, and standing in front of the art she'd only ever seen in books. And she had no idea it was coming. That, more than anything, kept me moving through the long work days and the endless lists of things to prepare. It was almost time. The plan was real. The countdown had started. Sophie's birthday fell on a Saturday that year, and I had been planning the reveal for weeks. I woke up early, set the table with her favorite breakfast, pancakes shaped like animals, strawberries, and a small stack of wrapped gifts. The main present wasn't wrapped at all, though. I had made a scrapbook filled with photos, postcards, and little clues about the trip. The first page had a photo of an artist's palette, the second a picture of a cobblestone street, then a page with an Italian flag. Each page after that gave her a little more of the puzzle, until the last one held the printed confirmation letter from the Florence art program. She flipped through slowly, reading every word. When she got to the last page, she froze.